Okay, in this lesson, we're going to be doing a follow-up to SRE, what you learned during your essay writing lesson. We're really going to focus on 5 main areas. We want to talk about how to get your juices flowing, what the admissions department, will want to see in your essay, what are some common essay mistakes that are made, give you some tips on how to apply, what you can apply to your essay, and then of course the next steps. So let's get started. As you've been doing and want you to continue to do, is get those juices flowing. What kind of ideas and experiences you want to gather to make a strong essay. It's really important for you to consider making lists. Now these lists, this should be the fun part. Doesn't matter where you are, sit and make lists about your challenges, lists about your accomplishments, your goals, your dreams, your plans, your experiences, anything that will tell the reader about you. Think about it when you're in the shower, when you're driving, when you're on a walk. These lists are already inside of you. You just need to have them come out. When we talk about understanding what they want to see, we're really talking about the admission readers who will be reviewing your essay. You want to make sure that you are honest. You want to be authentic. Invite the reader in to get to know you, telling your stories, your experiences. You also want to make sure you express why you're considering that college or university. Make sure you do your research, that you are understanding what that school or programs that they offer and why it connects to you, why you're selecting them. It's also a great idea to look at your list of goals and align it to what the school offers. And finally, you want to make sure you express and leave them with why they should select you to be on their campus. You have a lot of interests and talents and experiences that could benefit the campus community. You want to make sure that you emphasize that in your essay and leaving a point or two that will make them remember who you are. Now at the end of this PowerPoint, you'll look down at the bottom of the page and there will be a link that I want you to look at. It's about a 3-minute video, but it's worth your time. You'll hear directly from admissions directors on what are common mistakes students make when writing their essay. So definitely make sure you check that out. So let's talk about some tips that you can come away with that will help you while you're working on your essay. Number one is, let's try to avoid that sleepy essay. What tends to happen is students will pick an exciting time, maybe it was a trip that you took or an award that you won, whatever it is. But sometimes you go on and on and on about that experience, but not drawing in the connection to the question. So remember, you want to make sure that those prompts or those questions that you're supposed to answer are directly answered through your experience and what you're describing. Don't leave the reader wondering and maybe even falling asleep. Make the connection. The second is metaphors. Metaphors can be very succinct when explaining and presenting a topic in a new way. So look at the example here. The lake was a mirror, reflecting a sky as clear as the water below. In comparison to, there's an amazing and crystal clear reflection of the blue sky on the water in the lake. So the second one, although it's saying the same thing, look at opportunities to be more succinct and reduce your words. And it'll help you in the end when you're trying to keep it within a certain word count. Diversify how you describe something or when you're describing your experience. Take a moment now and read the 2 examples that are listed here. You'll see how the second one, it gives a little bit more flavor, if you will, to what the writer is trying to describe of their experience. It makes it more enjoyable and more memorable for the reader. Also, diversify your word choices when necessary. Make sure you count the I's and the me's and try to cut them in half. So try to stretch beyond saying, I did this, I did that, this is how it affected me. Look at some of the words that are listed here that can bring about the same statement you're trying to make without using I and me as often. And as I mentioned earlier, tip 5, Word count and being concise. This is probably an area students often struggle on, so you're not alone. If you're asked to keep your essay within 650 words, it's pretty hard to do. So these are some tips if you look on this page and the next one on how you can cut your words down. Look at sentences and you'll see that you can reduce your word count from 5 to even 10 words in a single sentence. So definitely this is worth reviewing often while you're writing. So now that you've done that and you're reviewing the notes that you took from SRE this summer, it is time to start or continue writing. Get your mindset and your expectations in check for yourself. This is not an easy process and no one is expecting it to be for you. But trust the process before you doubt it. And do not procrastinate. The worst thing you can do for yourself is to create more stress and anxiety by waiting to the last minute to think you can crank this out. Talk to your teachers, your friends. Certainly Brenda and I are here to review and give you tips and feedback on your essays. So adhere to your timeline and good luck writing. Get set, get ready, write.